Hey everyone, good evening. You're welcome back to the stream. So, this is the second round of the New York E-Prix. We had a fairly exciting race yesterday. I wasn't blown away by it. I guess if we didn't have the Jean-Eric Verne Cassidy move at the very end, it wouldn't have been that much of a race, but that kind of made it for me. A little bit of controversy to go with it as well, but overall it was a good race, and it sets us up very nicely for today as well. And there was once again the qualifying just mixed things up so much again. So we have a completely, totally different looking grid again today. Let me see if I can get into that here. All right, here we go. So yesterday, yes, we had Gunter, the surprise winner. It's really nice to see him win the race. I really, Verne has a very strong record at this circuit. I thought he might actually sneak the win. De Grassi as well. He's sly. He's the exact guy that could snatch a win away from anyone as well. So that I wouldn't have put past him either. But you just can't tell with these things. But yeah, it was Cassidy in the end who pulled it off, and that was really good for him. That was really, really good. I think I said Cassidy. No, it was Gunter that pulled it off. So that was really good for him. Cassidy, unfortunately, he did qualify in pole position, and he ended up coming in fourth place in the end. So not quite a disaster like he had at the Rome E-Prix when he was on pole position. But that move from Jean-Eric Verne just compromised him so badly, and he lost so many positions because of it. He was really struggling on the power usage as well, which didn't help things because he had nothing to come back with and fight with at the very end. Just interestingly, so I'm planning to watch the stream on Eurosport, and it hasn't started yet, so there's a bit of a delay because of the tennis by the looks of things. So hopefully they'll come to us just before this kicks off. Otherwise, I will be forced to try and get this on Virgin Media, I guess. Ooh, there's a thought. Anyway, yeah, looking at the finishing positions, you can see Nick Cassidy very clearly. He had pole position, but he finished in fourth. Sam Bird managed to get the fastest lap as well. Andre Lotterer was in the points. That was a nice surprise. Buemi held off his teammate, and then just rounding out the top 10 to have a second Audi in the top 10 was Rast. Lynn, he had a really bad race. It just didn't go well for him. He had a couple of incidents. Look at Antonio Felix da Costa as well in 12th place yesterday, so not great for him. All right, let's move on from there. So, of course, looking at today's round, qualifying was interesting. Now, I caught the tail end of the qualifying, but it looked like there was a little bit of rain on the track, so a little bit wet out there. We have, well, yeah. Let me come to qualifying because I can come back to the championship at any point. So Sam Bird, who qualified him first, he qualified 9/100ths of a second ahead of his teammate Mitch Evans, who in turn, as you can see there, he qualified 1/1000th of a second ahead of Nick Cassidy. So there was great excitement actually, and Mitch Evans did in fact touch the wall going around one of the corners as well. So his lap was slightly compromised by that. He thinks he would have had it if it wasn't for that, but ifs and buts and all the rest doesn't really make the difference. Pascal Wehrlein, strong qualifying from him again. He's in fourth. Sergio Sette Camara and the Dragon, you don't see him up that high very often, so that was a nice qualifying place for him. And then we have Andre Lotterer coming in sixth place. Da Costa is back in the top 10, so hopefully he can make some advantage or take some advantage there. Alex Lynn is in 8th. I really want to see Lynn do well. I just feel like he's been knocking on the door for so long, and he deserves a good result soon, so hopefully he gets that. Likewise for his teammate Sims. I think Sims has had a little bit more success than Lynn so far this season. Certainly last season he did. Nato then rounds out the top 10. Looking at our our podium positions from yesterday, De Grassi is only in 12th, but actually he fares much better than first and second yesterday. Yeah, I can confirm Eurosport have started with the E-Prix, so that's great news. Great news that they are showing it. I was getting worried there for a second. Buemi's in 13th. Mortara, of course, championship leader, tied championship leader with Frijns, is in 14th place. With Joel Eriksson, who's replacing Nico Muller again this weekend, it would appear, who's in 15th. Roland is in 16th. Turvey 17th. Blunkvist 18th. Jake Dennis 19th. Van Dorn, another bad showing for Mercedes, in 20th. There we have the joint championship leader, Robin Frijns, in 21st place. Oh, not good for him. De Vries in the other Mercedes then is in 22nd. De Vries he's been in the media somewhat today, complaining, I guess, about the unfortunate situation that Mercedes have found themselves in. So that's definitely not ideal for those guys. But that's the way it goes, unfortunately. Everybody has to deal with the same conditions. Maxi Gunter, of course, yesterday's winner, in 23rd place, and Jean-Eric Vergne, who came second yesterday, starts in last. So he had some kind of car issue, I believe, when he was out at qualifying. So I love this. I have to show this. Pole position then for Bird, but I like the text they've added here. Provisional results pending FIA approval. I feel like everything we do these days in Formula E is how they do this. Kiwi Hoops, why do they qualify in 3 different groups? That's a very good question. I honestly can't tell you that I know the answer as to why they do qualify in 3 different groups. I think it's really to reduce the traffic that's on the track at the same time. And we do see that the drivers do trip up each other even when they're in the smaller groups. So I think it's really to do with congestion. Also, they did come up with this concept that if we put the championship leaders into the first group, then they go out on the greener track. And in turn qualify further down the field. And we certainly see the effects of that from race to race as well, because you see whoever's doing well in the championship inevitably ends up somewhere towards the back of the grid. So that's really does add some spice to it. Although I would say it's somewhat artificial. But then again, you could make that argument about a lot of things in Formula E. So we're getting ready to go here with the race. Whilst I've been talking, let me switch us over to the Watchalong. You're welcome, Kiwi Hops. I really like your username. Oh yeah, Kiwis in 2nd and 3rd place. That's right. Hopefully they can do well. Mitch Evans needs a good result today for his championship. All right, we're getting ready to go here. They're lining up now on the grid all the way back with De Vries on board. All right, just waiting for the lights now. It's great to see the 2 Jaguars out in front. I'm not the biggest Sam Bird fan in the world, I have to say, so I really wouldn't mind if Mitch Evans took the lead from him here at the start. But Sam Bird is a very fast driver. You have to appreciate that. And they're off. Off we go. It's been a great start from Bird. Ooh, Evans locks up. Cassidy, it looks like that was Cassidy locked up as well. But they've come through cleanly enough, so that's not so bad. They've come through clean. So far, so good. So this is the 45 minutes and 1 additional lap at the end, which is the usual setup that we have for Formula E. So that means we have a yellow flag. Yellow flag. Not seeing what's happened yet. Okay, Bird in first, Evans in second. Oh, it's Verne. Verne can't get the car going. I was saying that he had some kind of energy issue or something like that. There was something wrong with the power of the car earlier. And they're bringing out the safety car. Well, I guess they have to because he stopped right there on the grid and they will be coming around again. Okay. Well, Verne is doing quite well in the championship. So that's another protagonist that bites the dust for today. We'll see if he can get the car moving. That's going to be the big thing now. All right, so this gives me an opportunity to designate our race leader, of course. And it is Bird. Here we go. So Bird leads. We have a safety car. Hopefully they can get that car moved. I'm having my good old streaming issues again. But I have a backup option today. It's just showing us a replay of the start there now. So it was a relatively clean start. I got a little bit worried when I saw the big lockup from Evans there. Cassidy really put him under pressure. Evans, though, he had the inside line, which worked in his favour. Actually, both Jaguars had a lockup there. And then it looked like, yes, they all came through. Really, yeah, it was quite clean. It was quite clean. And the only issue, of course, being that Vern couldn't get his car started. Far from ideal for him. Far from ideal. Yet again, it just adds a little bit more spice to this championship. So still yellow flag. They still haven't managed to move that car. So we've just switched away from the replays. So we will be going around behind the safety car one more time, it would appear. Now they're finally starting to push away that stricken Tech Cheetah. The Tech Cheetah is a really nice looking car as well with the black and gold, just as an aside. So we have an interesting time for this race today. I was kind of wondering why they changed the timing of the race again. I guess it's so they can squeeze it in before the European Cup final as well between Italy and England later on. Actually, this suits me really well to see this now. To watch the match later, I have a few drinks and all the rest. The Mini Cooper safety car going around there gets me every time. Every time. We have the green flag again. We're back underway racing. Seti Camera is up into fourth. So he's made up one position on Verline. De Costa now is in sixth as well. 3 kilowatt hour energy reduction as well, just to go with this. Blomqvist is under investigation for power overuse, and so he will certainly get a penalty for that because they don't investigate those guys for no reason. They've definitely noticed something there. Where is Degrassi? Degrassi's up into 11th. Anything else of note? So Gunter's in 23rd, so he's in last now because Vern is out of the race. Frijns is in 22nd, and Van Dorn is in 21st. Van Dorn actually has dropped down and his teammate has gotten ahead of him. De Vries only 19th, but still ahead of his teammate. And I guess when things are going really bad for the team like they are at the moment, being ahead of your teammate is one of the main things that you do want to do at least. Oh, who's this? It's Rast. It's Rast. Rast has damage. Did he? Yeah, he's jumped into the pits. So we could see that there is some kind of damage to the front nose cone. And has he damaged a tyre? Why does he need to go to the pits? What's the deal with Nato's car? I can just briefly in my ear hear the commentary team talking about Nato's car. So Rast now is in last bit. Oh, look at that. We have a piece of bodywork right there on the track. Oh, that's not a prime location. This is probably going to get hit any second now. Ooh. Drive-through penalty for Blomqvist. Yeah, slam dunk. Who would have thunk it? Oh, look at the attack mode. Who's this going for attack mode now? Sims taking attack mode. Oh, that's worked out really nicely for him. So he's gotten back ahead of everybody else. He hasn't lost a position is what I'm trying to say in a really roundabout way, I guess. Van Dorn has taken the boost as well, and the fastest lap for Lotterer. So Lotterer is flying at the moment. Lotterer has Da Costa in between himself and his teammate. Lotterer really needs to show that he can do something versus a teammate these days. We haven't seen him battle. He didn't really battle Vern too heavily when he was at DS Tech Cheetah. He was much more consistently in the top 5, I felt. And I haven't seen him battle Verline at all, really, to be honest. Verline, of course, was unfortunate. He went out of yesterday's race, so Lotterer did finish ahead of him, but there was no battle between the teammates at all. It looks like they've no intention of moving that piece of bodywork that's on the track, so they're just going to leave that there. Oh, that's Lotterer activating attack mode, and he's done that really well. So he's managed to come back onto the track ahead of Sims. Sims, of course, would have compromised himself slightly by taking it on the previous lap, but then he had the extra energy to make up that gap. So it's kind of like he attempted the undercut, you could argue. Hasn't worked out so well for him. Not so well. Oh, look at the fastest laps flying in there now. Sims currently has the fastest lap. Sam Bird, yeah, he's not under too much pressure now from Evans at this moment in time. Evans, actually, you could argue, is probably under a bit more pressure from Cassidy. Cassidy is running close enough to him right now. Close enough. So the championship standing right now after yesterday's race is really, really interesting. I've got to say, it's really interesting. So I knew that Frijns was going to go level with Mortara, and it was all about whether or not Frijns could get past his teammate. There we go. One of the Tech Cheetah, Da Costa, since he's the only remaining Tech Cheetah, has activated attack mode. He's lost a position to Lotterer, who's already on attack mode, so that's worked out really well for Lotterer there. And somehow, he's managed to stay on ahead of Sims. So it's worked out well for Lotterer, not so well for Sims, it would appear, and probably not so well for Da Costa either, because he's the one that's lost a position out of all three of those drivers. So Lotterer now will be coming up behind his teammate Verline, and Lotterer, of course, has attack mode. So is he going to do anything with it? That is the big question. Are they allowed to race each other? You don't hear team orders very often. Saw one really nice team move yesterday where one of the cars on attack mode was allowed to go through, but you don't hear that too often. Then again, the radio communications between the teams and the drivers is really badly broadcast in Formula E. Oh, there we go now. That's Mortara. Mortara's in the wall. He almost hit the debris as well. So was he pushed wide there? Took my eye off the screen for 1 second and this happens. We've yellow flags. He managed to reverse a little bit and he's gotten going again, but he'll have dropped right down the order. So Mortara now, well, it says he's in 21st, but Blunkfist and Rast, of course, both entered the pit. So Rast had damage. I don't know if Rast is still in the race or not. And Blunkfist, of course, had the drive-through penalty. So Mortara is in third last at the moment, I guess you could say. What happened there? Hopefully they'll show us a replay of this now. All starting to hot up a little bit. Now, yeah, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say it feels a little bit more exciting than yesterday already. I'm not going to say it because we're going to have a dreary race from here on in if I do. I guess you could argue I did just say it. Yeah, Da Costa on the radio. No idea what they said. So, Frijns, where is Frijns? Frijns is only in 18th. What happened with Mortara? I really want to see a replay of that. They haven't shown it to us yet. There we go, the race leaders taking attack mode, and Cassidy has taken second place away from Evans. But Evans has attack mode and will be all over the back of him now. He's already right on his tail, so I think he's going to try and pull off a move on him here, rather than to wait for Cassidy even to activate his attack mode, which he'll surely have to do next time around, or otherwise he's playing a tricky game with this one. There goes Evans. Really nice, clean move down the inside. Very nice, very nice. I guess when you're in Cassidy's position as well, you have to recognize the other driver had attack mode. You're not going to fight too hard there. And now will he activate his attack mode? That's the big question. And will they please show us a replay of what happened with Mortara? Sete Camera is up into 5th from 6th now, and he's using his attack mode. It looks like he lost a couple of positions when he activated, and just as I said, Lotterer has overtaken him again, and so Sete Camera is back down into 6th. Da Costa is in 7th, so Da Costa can do something at least for his championship. So the top 3 for the championship standings right now, none of them are in the points. We have Mortara, who we have seen just had that incident. He's running in 21st now, so he's well outside the points. We have Frijns in 2nd place in the championship. Tied 1st place actually. He's on 72 points along with Mortara. And he is currently running in 17th, it looks like. So here's the replay. Yeah, it looks like he just got punted out. Oh, it's his own fault. So he tried a really... Alrighty. So that was an interesting move that Mortara pulled there, and I dare say that was his own fault, that he ended up in the wall because of it. Now, thankfully, he's not out of the race, but coming back to my point, so himself and Frijns are outside the points, and John-Eric Vergne, who's in 3rd place and 68 points, is also, he's out of the race. He's not getting any more points today. Rennie Ras, the other man, is in 4th place in the championship. He's not getting points today. So Da Costa is next. He's on 60 points, so he's 12 behind the lead at the moment, and he's running in 7th. So he's the guy that looks to gain out of this big time. But as I say that, Evans is also on 60 points, so just classified 1 place behind him. And of course, Evans is running in 2nd. So that would put Evans... That could put Evans into the lead of the championship if it's... Nolan Meekings, hello. Has anyone seen any simulation laps or pictures of the Excel? Took a train ride past it there last week and couldn't see any progress, not even a man with a toolbox to come to think of it. I've not heard a word about that, but maybe somebody can respond in the comments. I haven't heard any progress on that whatsoever. So we have Buemi taking attack mode now. And Bird and Evans have about 10 seconds left of their attack mode. So things settling down again at the front. So it's Bird in 1st, Evans in 2nd, Cassidy in 3rd, and Verline is in 4th place at the moment. Lotterer 5th, Sete Camera 6th, Da Costa 7th, Sims 8th, Buemi 9th, and Nato is in 10th. So Buemi is the only man in the top 10 right now that has... there's a move from... Lin trying to get past Nato. It hasn't worked out for him. So Buemi is the only guy in the top 10 now that has attack mode, and he doesn't just have attack mode. He has full 4 minutes of it. Ericsson is under investigation for power over usage during regen, and as I said, those things don't come up on the screen for no reason, so he's probably going to be penalized for that. Verline has activated attack mode. He's lost the position to Lotterer. Will Lotterer give that back to him? Sete Camera has passed Sims. Nice bit of on-track action happening today. This has been a very tasty race so far. This is good. Good entertainment ahead of what I'm sure will be a very entertaining match later between Italy and England. Although I have a suspicion it's going to be a very tight defensive match that will end in a draw and go to extra time. Evans looks very interested in the back of Bird now. He's gone very close to him. So, yeah, you really would wonder if there are some kind of team orders in play here. Or will they be free to race? Now, Lotterer is under pressure from Verline. He's really holding him up here. He's the cork in the bottle this time. Cassidy has taken attack mode and Bird has taken attack mode, which means Evans is leading the race. 5-second penalty for Roland's for causing a collision. Oh, that's not great for Roland. Where is Roland at the moment? He's in 15th, so he's not really... Bird has made it back past Evans, so I won't need to change my leader. Yeah, that to me looked like a team order move. You know, Bird, you're the one with attack mode. You should take advantage of that. And clearly Evans as well will lose the position when he goes to take attack mode. If I was Evans now, maybe hold off a little bit on the attack mode, see how close you can stay to your teammate, then activate the attack mode and go for the race win. That's what we want to see. There's the Jaguar team principal, looking pensive to say the least. Look at that piece of bodywork still on the track. Still on the track. Oh yeah, the Eurosport commentators are saying that he's also looking pensive, so they're stealing my words. It's usually the other way around. Drive-through penalty for Ericsson. Overpower during regen. Slam dunk again. That's our second slam dunk today, I think. Oh, so tempting. All the cars coming around there. Nobody diving into the attack mode area. Verline is on attack mode. He has, let's say, just under 2 minutes left of attack mode. Cassidy has about 3 minutes of attack mode and Bird has about 3 minutes. Let's see. I guess we need to be looking for Cassidy to put Evans under pressure. Cassidy, okay, so they're showing us the usable energy. Sete camera has only 58%. Oh, it's just gone to 59, so it's gone out of the red. So he's been using a bit of regen. But he still has a lot less energy, about 2%, 2-3% less energy than the guys around him. So that's not good for him. Sims and Degrassi now have 60% energy as well, so he's not that far off, I guess. But would be worried. I can see, in particular with the leaders, Evans has 1% more than his teammate. So Cassidy now is putting Evans under pressure. Here we are on board with Cassidy. Let's see what Cassidy can do here. It doesn't look like the best circuit for overtaking based on the experience we've had with this circuit yesterday. That's one thing that was really obvious and really clear. And then when you do try to send one down the inside, we had the Vern Cassidy incident from yesterday. Well, maybe Cassidy can do something similar today. And who's in fourth? Verline. Can you imagine Verline taking the lead? Oh, look at the car placement there from Evans. He placed it just on the inside. So he says to Cassidy, you need to go around the outside if you're taking me. And by the way, buddy, I still have an attack mode left to take. There goes Cassidy now. He's making the move. Here they go. Oh, yes, he's got it done. He just had too much power for Evans. So this is not ideal for Evans now. He needs to he has a gap with Verline. He needs to activate his attack mode now, and he needs to take that position back from Cassidy, and he needs to overtake his teammate. So actually it seems like a bit of a tall order now. Will he take... Ooh, he got really close to the back of Cassidy there, and he just about manages to stay ahead of his teammates. So the fan boost. Bird has the fan boost. DeCosta has the fan boost. Degrassi has the fan boost. De Vries and Van Dorn have the fan boost, and they always have the fan boost. So pretty much the copy and paste drivers that always get fan boost have gotten fan boost again. But no pressure, guys, because if you don't use it correctly, you're going to get penalized. Just ask Pascal Verline about that. I don't like fan boost. I think it's a real gimmick. I know it's all about the social media and getting everything onto the social media and trying to appear to be so futuristic and all the rest, but maybe just do that with your television production, do that with your graphics. You know, show us the gaps between cars on the screen, because that would be really useful information to see. Speaking of which, I can probably switch over to the live timings on their website, which ain't the worst in the world, but they really just... Oh yeah, Norman Nato has a bit of damage there in the front of his car. He doesn't seem too worried about it. He's just getting on with it anyway. So Evans isn't that close to Cassidy yet. There goes Da Costa taking his attack mode. And he has just about held his position from Sette Camera. So Vergne, Lotterer and Cassidy all have an attack mode remaining. I had completely forgotten that was Cassidy's first attack mode that he's activated. So he has one more left. Evans is in trouble if that's the case. I don't know if Bird is in trouble. I don't think Cassidy is close enough to Bird yet to make that distinction. So Cassidy is about 1.6 seconds behind Bird. But you know, if he can get that attack mode again. Now he has the exact same problem that Evans had. So Evans is right up to the back of Cassidy now. He's about 0.6 of a second I can see on the tracker, which is obviously ahead of the coverage I'm watching, that he's 0.3 of a second ahead. Fastest lap. Ooh, fastest lap coming. Spoiler alert, fastest lap coming for Cassidy now. So I should really stop looking at that. Alright, my Eurosport stream has stopped working, but I have my Virgin Media backup stream on my phone, and that's still running. Surprisingly, it hasn't cut yet. Any of you wondering, this is the Irish broadcaster, Virgin Media, who I can't complain too much about them. Quality control wouldn't be their main goal, I would say, if I was to describe their service. All right, so it's all happening at the moment. Evans has gotten back past Cassidy. He has just under 2 minutes now left with his attack mode. Just under 2 minutes. But Cassidy now will look to take his attack mode again soon, I would guess. Vergne looks very interested in Da Costa. Da Costa is in 4th place. When did that happen? I must have been asleep. Da Costa is in 4th place. Good man, Da Costa, go for it. I do like Da Costa. I think he's a very good driver. It's such a shame he never made it into Formula 1. There goes Cassidy now. He's taken attack mode. He has enough of a gap. Evans has 3, 2, 1. And he's done. He's done for attack mode. So Cassidy behind him now has attack mode. Cassidy will be battling Evans for 2nd place by the looks of it. And Bird might get away with it. So Cassidy in 3rd, Da Costa 4th, Vergne 5th, Lotterer 6th. They're all using attack mode at the moment. Da Costa has less than a minute left on his attack mode though, so he will be coming under pressure from both of the Porsches very, very soon. Very soon. Sette Camera. Yeah, that energy usage from Sette Camera. He's on 44% now. By comparison, Bird, who's leading, has 47%. So I'm not feeling confident Sette Camera will be able to keep his top 10 position. And Sims, who also has 3% more usable energy than him, is right on his Mahindra, so he will try to get past soon, I'm sure of that. Buemi's running in the top 10. Buemi is 9th at the moment, and Nato is in 10th. And I guess he'll be under pressure from Degrassi. Degrassi has attack mode now, who is in 11th. What's the gap between Degrassi and Nato? It's about 0.4 of a second, so yeah, he's running very, very close to him there. Very close indeed. So we have almost 20 minutes left. We have 18 minutes and we have one additional lap. Oh, I could swear Sims was actually touching the back of Sette Camera's car there. I've always thought that the Mahindra and the Dragon looked really similar, but I can see they have different shades of red when I see them running in such close proximity. They're showing us the fan boosts again and who has it. Bird has fan boost, so he can obviously use that to fend off any attack that comes his way for the lead later on in the race, if that does happen. Bird, though, he's very good when he's in a position like this. He's a fast driver. We have a yellow flag now. What's happening? Why do we have a yellow flag? They may show us. Lotterer running really close to Verline. They have pretty much identical attack mode remaining, so the yellow flag has disappeared. No idea what that was for. Poor Gunter is running in 17th place, yesterday's race winner. So that's how the qualifying can really hurt you from one race to the next. There goes Sims, and he's got the move done on Seti Camera. And if I was you, Seti Camera, I would not make too much of a fuss out of it, because you'll probably burn some more energy if you do that. It looks like he has quite a gap. So Seti Camera has a gap of 6 seconds. 6 seconds back to Degrassi. Degrassi now. So Degrassi is now in 9th. So he's made his way up. He's really used that attack mode to his advantage. So he's back in the points. Seti Camera. So with 6 seconds back to Degrassi, I guess he needs to do a little bit of lift and coast moving forward. Just a little bit. That's what happened. My goodness, they never showed us this until now. So Degrassi and Buemi had an incident. Oh, that doesn't look good for Degrassi. So Buemi just literally dropped off the screens. That explains why Degrassi moved from 11th to 9th. They're under investigation now. That's probably not going to be good for Degrassi. From what I can see there, he made contact with the back of Buemi's car and really just pushed him into the barrier. Buemi is still running. He's in 12th place, so it's not completely dead for him yet. His possibility of getting points here, but yeah, that's a little bit suspect. So now we're on board with Evans. Yeah, Cassidy and DaCosta are both now very close to Evans. Cassidy has good speed, but DaCosta, that Tech Cheetah just always seems to have the speed towards the end of the race. It's always there or thereabouts, so I would worry about that. DaCosta, his race car number is 13, actually. I don't think I've noticed that before. Lucky number 13. Kiss of death for me now. There you go. They're telling DaCosta to use max efficiency now. So will he use the fan boost to try and get past Cassidy? The problem is Cassidy is running so close to Evans now. There's really nowhere to go if you overtake him. So DaCosta should just overtake both of them. I think that's clearly what he has to do. Clearly. All right, so we have a very intriguing battle here for the, well, second, third, and fourth, I would say at the moment. Bird has checked out ever so slightly in the lead right now. Ever so slightly. Oh, wow. Bird would move to the top of the championship and Evans would move to second. What a boost for Jaguar. And I guess then Jaguar would move to the top of the Constructors' Championship, which, by the way, is extremely interesting at the moment. It's unbelievable, actually, if you're to look at that. Cassidy is looking at a move now on Evans. No, he won't be able to pull that off. Evans has the inside line, so he gets through there nicely. Look how close they run to each other. Look how close they run. And DaCosta will be watching this very carefully. Wouldn't mind being in DaCosta's position right now because he just has to pick up the pieces. Oh no! The pieces. He's run into the back of Cassidy. He hasn't pushed him out or anything like that, but that's you don't want to be doing that. Just to illustrate how close they are racing, I guess that was a good example of that, but you don't want to be doing that. Ooh, I feel like something major is going to happen here. This is going to be like yesterday all over again. Of course, Vern won't be involved this time, but his teammate will be involved. Castilla, he takes a look at the possible move that he could pull on Evans, and then you see Da Costa run so close to the back of Castilla as well. He's just waiting, like a vulture. Yeah, what's going on for Mitch Evans? So Tech Cheetah are leading the Constructors' Championship now. So they've jumped up into first place after yesterday's race. Mercedes, who were leading the championship up to yesterday's race, have dropped all the way to fourth. So their poor results are really hurting them at this point in time. They got away with it until now, but now it's hurting. Van Dorn, by the way, is running in 14th, and De Vries is running in 18th. So it looks very unlikely that they're scoring points again today. I can't understand what has happened to the Mercedes team, and they can make all the stupid excuses they want about how qualifying doesn't suit them and it's gimmicky and this and that. But to be perfectly honest, everybody else has to put up with this as well. And look at the Jaguars as an example. They went through a little bit of a. Degrassi has a 10-second time penalty. 10 seconds. That's quite a penalty. Okay, Da Costa is using his fan boost now. So is he trying to make the move on? Oh no! Ooh! Ooh! My goodness, I thought he was going to lose it. So Cassidy closed the door when he saw him coming, and Da Costa almost lost control of the car. They're telling Da Costa will still get him. He's over consuming. Maybe he is. Talk about leaving a car's width. I don't think that rule is actually in Formula E because Costi certainly didn't leave a car's width there. Love to see a replay of that. Da Costa just about managed to keep control of the car. Just about. But that's his fan boost used now, so that was a great opportunity for Da Costa, and it hasn't worked out for him. It has allowed Evans to move away from Cassidy ever so slightly, so a little bit of breathing room for Cassidy, which I think he would welcome that very much at this moment in time. All right, so jumping back to the Constructors' Championship. The Constructors' Championship, so Tech Cheetah are leading that at the moment on 128 points, and they have a 4-point lead over Envision Virgin Racing. Of course, that's Cassidy's racing, so we have some of these protagonists running here in the top positions at the moment. Then we have Audi, who've moved up into third on 115 points, and so Rast is running in 22nd. Degrassi is in 9th at the moment, but he's going to have a 10-second penalty, so that ain't going to be so good for them. I don't think they're getting any points out of this race, unfortunately. It's that classic battle, Buemi versus Degrassi, and it has once again resulted in Degrassi getting a penalty. Buemi, he's some battler. Anytime he sees Degrassi coming, he makes it extra hard for him as well. Not saying it was Buemi's fault at all. Don't get me wrong, but just they've had so many battles over the years. I just feel like this. There are certain drivers, I guess, when you're racing like this, when you see them coming along, and you say to yourself, "I'm not making it easy for them," and that definitely was the case there. 2.3 seconds now, Evans to Bird. So Bird has a good lead. Evans has about 0.5 of a second ahead of Cassidy, and he in turn has 0.5 of a second back to Da Costa. Warning signs for Da Costa, though. Verline is now entering the mix. I should say Verline and his teammate Lotterer, because Lotterer is 0.4 of a second behind. So Verline is about 9/10 of a second now behind Da Costa. So this could get even spicier before the end. And look, we're into the last 10 minutes already. I hadn't even realized we're into the last 10 minutes. So I was just earlier saying it was 20 minutes to go plus one more lap. So that 10 minutes there we've just had really flew by. It's like a game of chess right now. It's very interesting. Unless something goes dramatically wrong for Bird, I think he's got this sealed. That's the one thing I could say right now. Oh, Cassidy is making a move. No, he's not. He's looking at it again. Evans once again went into the defensive position where he was taking the inside line just to close the door. So he's losing time when he's doing that as well, and that's allowing Bird to get away. So Bird now has a 2.1 second advantage. I guess Bird can coast. Okay, just telling Vergne what's going on there. Well, I don't know about that. So they're basically telling Vergne that Bird will manage the race length. Obviously, he's the leader, so he will do that, but implying he might slow down so that they get one less lap. I guess it's in his interest to do that, but I wouldn't be betting on that if I was Porsche. Just to justify using additional energy, I suppose, is the reason that they would want to do that. Now, how is the energy looking? Lotterer and Vergne have 19%. Acosta has 18%. Cassidy has 18%. Evans has 18%. And Bird has 19%. All looking very good. Seti Camera, he was the guy I had pointed out earlier who looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. He's on 17%, so he's still running with slightly less usable energy than the rest, but he doesn't seem to have burned too much additional energy. Of course, he had the big gap back to Di Grassi. Di Grassi now getting a 10-second penalty, so Seti Camera relatively comfortable in 8th right now. Just as I say that, Di Grassi is using his fan boost. So has Di Grassi gotten close to Seti Camera and I'm just not aware of this? Not sure. Not sure, but I won't complain because we have a really, really good battle for second now. So we have a train of 5 cars here with both of the Porsches. We, of course, have Da Costa in the Tech Cheetah. We have Cassidy in the Virgin Racing and Evans in the second Jaguar. Evans is doing a great job of holding on. I know he couldn't hold on earlier, but that was more down to the attack mode that Cassidy had. But this time there's no attack mode in play whatsoever. They've all used up their attack mode. So Evans is doing a great job of holding off. It just means he can't get after Bird. He can't get after his teammate. So we're not going to see that Jaguar battle that I was hoping we may have seen during this race. So that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Never say never, though. This is Formula E. Anything could happen. Let's have a look at the very back. So Ericsson is running in 22nd place. In Formula E, Ericsson could potentially win the race yet. You'd never know what could happen here. It has been that crazy in the past. Unfortunately, it's not a good thing when it gets that crazy. So they're showing us the Drivers' Championship at the moment. So Bird would move into first, Evans into second, only 2 points though behind Bird. Mortara then drops to third on 72 points, which would be 9 behind the lead. Da Costa up into fourth, and Frijns drops down to 5th place in the space of one race from first to 5th. And that's how tight it is at the top of the championship here. That's really how tight it is. It's insane. And actually, I saw a really crazy stat earlier today where it said that one race win could move any of the drivers between 1st and 15th into the lead of the championship. I'm not so sure how realistic that is because I guess it assumes that everybody else in the top 15 needs to score 0 points. I don't think that's possible. Oh, look at that. There's the Statue of Liberty. Just a reminder, we're in New York. New York. All right. So if you're a lotterer, do you try to pull a move on your teammate just before the end? I think if you're a lotterer, yes, you do. If there's one driver out there that would do it, it would be Lotterer. And I would say the same about Vergne. Vergne would certainly do that as well. So it remains to be seen. So look at this. We have just over 3 minutes left and of course 1 additional lap to go. So we're getting very close to the end. And actually all the cars are now entering their final 10 10% of energy as well. I guess there are about 3 laps left. If I was to do a calculation on that now, is 10% enough energy? Has Bird set the pace too high for this race? Is that a thing? We're going to find out very, very soon. Very soon. I thought Bird was going to go for attack mode there, and that's just the braking zone, the way they all enter. De Vries is using his attack mode. Sorry, not his attack mode, his fan boost. He's in 18th, Mortara's in 17th. No change of position that I can see down there. They're not actually showing it to us on TV. It's just on the timing screen. I can see that was happening. Yeah, it's looking good. This is a fantastic helmet cam for Sam Bird. The one they showed us yesterday, I think it was Gunter's. The quality was shocking. It was so pixelated. It was so bad. But this one, this is a really nice... I wouldn't call it high definition, but it's a really nice standard definition. Look at that. That's beautiful. Looking down at the steering wheel as well. Look in the mirror, Sam. We want to see behind. Look in the mirror. Oh, Evans has lost 2 positions. Oh. Evans has dropped to 4th. So both Cassidy and Da Costa have gotten past him. What happened there? Oh, we went from the really nice onboard shot with Bird and we were just relaxing. I was about to fall asleep. And then that happened. And Da Costa got through as well. How did this happen? Look at that. Vergne is right. He's right on his ass. He's right on his tail here. He's going to look to get past as well. What happened to Evans? Evans was doing so well to hold off Cassidy for so long, and it's suddenly all gone very, very wrong for him. Oh. What happened there? Look, there's both of the Porsches going through on Evans. Does Evans have an issue? They've both gone through. And I guess it was that way previously as well. It must have been Da Costa and Cassidy both went through when they had an opportunity. He just looks slower than the other cars. He's not running very obviously slower than everyone else. But he wasn't able to put up any battle there. And they're showing us the usable energy now. 4%, 4%, 4%, 4%, 5% for Lotterer. Evans is 4%. Yeah, it's not really an energy issue. Or does Evans think he needs to conserve a little bit more energy? Yeah, I don't know. Love to see a replay now of what happened between Evans and Da Costa and Cassidy, because that's the one thing we haven't seen at the moment. Big gap between Cassidy, Da Costa, and then the Porsche cars as well. So that leaves it open for Lotterer to take a move on his teammate. Whether or not he's going to now remains to be seen. If I was him, I would. I think Lotterer probably doesn't have anything to lose. I can't imagine they're going to retain Lotterer next season. Could be completely wrong, of course. There we go. We see it now. Yeah. They just slipped past him. They got past. He wasn't able to put up a battle. They were just faster. Will they be able to... Yeah. There was no pushing or shoving or nudging or anything like that in that move. It was a clean move, and both cars got through there, just like both Porsches then followed him through a little bit later, about one or two, who would be one lap later. Yeah. Dario was talking about survival mode. Yeah, I guess he's in survival. He's dropped down to 6 now. 2% energy left. So we've run out of time. So we're on the final lap now. 2% energy, 1% energy for a lot of these cars. Are they actually going to make this? This is incredible. They are running very, very low on energy here. Are they going to do this? Looks like... Bird is coasting through the final corners. 0.8, 0.7%, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, 0. Coasts over the line. Oh my god, that is unbelievable. I love it when they do that. Cassidy is second. Da Costa is third. Vergne is fourth. Lotterer is fifth. Sims is ahead of Evans. Sims is out of energy though. Guys, will you go back to the racing? For F's sake. Seriously. Oh, Evans. What's happened to Evans? Evans ran out of energy. He's just after coasting over the line now. He's in 13th place. Oh my god. Oh, that's really bad. That is really bad. I feel so bad for Evans. He did such a good job. He's working so hard for that entire race. And he got the energy wrong. It goes to show you, like, Bird was down to 0. He was down to 0. He was down to 0, just coasted over the line, but Evans ran out of energy just that little bit earlier. And was it the battling he had? Bird wins. Congratulations to Sam Bird. What a great race for him. He controlled that. He lost the lead just for, let's say, a third of a lap when he took attack mode. He actually lost to Evans, and Evans let him back through. So he controlled this race pretty much. BLGB, Sam Bird just sets the tone for the Euros finals. Yeah, maybe he does. Yeah, one win. So one win in the bag for England. Maybe a second win coming soon. We'll find out later. Interestingly, not many Italians running in the Formula E top 10. Is there any Italians in Formula E? I don't know. But yeah, that does set the tone. So there we go. One for England. Another one coming up, potentially. I have to remain impartial here. And I'm Irish also, so, can't be seen to go for England either. That's the other side of it. What a crazy end to the race, though. Crazy end to the race. I need to go and see now where we're at with this. If I can get back over to the timing screen. Alrighty. So Bird finishes in first place, as we've just seen. Cassidy finishes second, 4 seconds behind the leader. I didn't hear him saying it's coming home. Did he? Oh, I'm not surprised he sang that. Yeah, it's possibly coming home. Possibly coming home. I won't say more than that. All right, so Cassidy second, 4 seconds behind Bird. Da Costa then is in third. Vergne is in fourth. Well, he's in fourth at the moment. We'll see if they take it away from him. Lotterer is in fifth. Sims is in sixth. Nato seventh. Frijns got in the points. I can't believe it. Frijns is in the points. That's great. Lynn is in the points. He's in ninth. Gunter got in the points. What the heck happened at the end of the race? Seti Camera finished in 11th. Oh no. Oh. He did so well. But he must have run out of energy as well. He must have been coasting towards the end there. He must have been coasting. That's Seti Camera. Van Dorn finished in 12th. Every time I say Van Dorn's name, I feel like we're back in Game of Thrones or something like that. Evans has the fastest lap, but will he get that now because he's outside the top 10? So he finished in 13th place. Oh, that stings. Degrassi is classified in 14th at the moment. I don't know if that's with his 10-second penalty or not. Buemi, ironically, is in 15th, so let's hope that Degrassi still has to take his 10-second penalty. Otherwise, Buemi is going to be feeling very sore about that one. Jake Dennis is in 16th. Mortara, ex-championship leader, now in 17th. De Vries, also an ex-championship leader, is in 18th. Roland, 19th. Not good for Roland today. Rast was in 20th. He had a tough race. with the damage he took earlier. Not sure actually what happened to him at all. And we had Blomqvist in 21st, Ericsson in 22nd. What happened to Ericsson? He qualified quite well and was doing well for ages. Turvey then is classified 23rd, and Jean-Eric Vergne last. Jean-Eric Vergne. So that's it for now. Thank you everyone for joining us. It was a fun race. I really enjoyed that, and I am looking forward to the football, which is coming up soon. Very soon. Coming up very, very soon. I will look forward to looking at a little bit of the build up to that as well. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button as well, and hit the bell if you're so inclined. Not a big fan of that myself, but that's the way it is. Thanks for joining us, and see you really, really soon.